Hey everybody, I'm Coach Brick, and I'm here to make you into a lean, mean building machine. We're going to take it step by step and put together the coolest Lego sets out there so that you will have the tools and tricks you need to build whatever crazy thing you can imagine.
Hey guys, welcome back to our Lego Ideas Dinosaur Fossils, set number 21320. This is part 2 of bag 3. Let's get into it. So last time we left off on page 54, that is step number 40. Let's pick back up with what we were doing here. We just built this lower part under here, and it's telling us to spin this around like this, and we need to go to step 41. Let's set this aside for a second. And in step 41, we want to grab this white piece. It is like a it's like a 1x4 plate, and then it has these two angled pieces sticking up here with single studs on either side. Then step 42, we want to get two little white cheese wedges, and we're going to stick them in the corners here to fill that right angle and make it a 45, okay? So like that. Now we have this 45 sloping down into the center, and go to step 43. We want, if you joined us for our last video, we had these strange little half archway step piece. We're gonna grab two more of those, and those are gonna go on either side of this. They're gonna sit on top of these right there and angle backwards. Okay, like that. Then step 44, we need two more cheese wedges, and they are gonna go on this lower step of that piece that we just put on. Okay, so they're going to go like that. They're going to fill in that 90-degree angle in there and make it into a 45. So, like that. It's probably not exactly a 45, but it's close enough. You guys can get it. So, these are going to be sloping off the front. Step 45. Okay, we need two of these 1x2 pieces that have a clip hand. It's very specific. There are two other pieces that are very similar in here. There's one that has a hinge with two flanges and a hinge with one flange, but it's very specific. Get the one with the clip hand off the end, okay? These are going to go on here on this top piece so that the clip hand is facing off the back. Like that. Two of those. Then step 46, we need to get two of our 1x2 curved slopes, and we want to put them on here so that the lower part of the slope is, the lower step of the slope is going to go onto the end stud of that 1x2 with the clip hand, and the upper part of the slope is going to kind of cover up the clip hand from top view, okay, like that. So then we're going to bring this over, and if you look at this guy, he has these two bars right here, and we're going to clip our clip hands onto that on either side, and then this is going to bend down like that, and this is kind of like a collarbone, I guess, something like that, some part of the shoulders. And then that's 47, so we need to go on to 48. Set this aside, we're going to start building the tail. Alright, step 48, we need one of our rounded off 1x2s, and then in 49, we want to grab one of our 1x2s that has the hinged part with two flanges. They're two flanges and they're kind of ridged like a spur. Okay, so you want one of those, and you're going to stick that on top of this rounded off piece. Make sure that you don't get the one with the clip hands. Yeah, you probably used that in the last step, so those aren't available. But there's also a 1x2 that has a single flange sticking out to couple with this part of the hinge. We're going to use that in the next step, step 50. We're going to take that piece that has one flange, put it on top of the other one with its flange sticking out the opposite end, okay? Like that. And then in step 51, grab one of our 1x2 pieces that has the two spikes on it. Like that. The larger spike is going to go on the side towards the hinge with the single flange. Okay, so this lower, smaller spike is with the two prongs sticking out. And then go to step 52. In step 52, there's a call-out box that shows we need another 1x2 that's rounded off, and then we need this dark gray piece. It's a 1x2 and it has a ball off the end, a ball hitch off the end, and that's going to go on top of here. Okay, that white piece is underneath, and then on top of that we want a hinge 1x2 plate with the single prong. Okay, single prong can go off the opposite end from that ball, and then another one of our 1x2 with the double spike, and the larger spike once again is going to go towards the single pronged hinge piece. Alright, and then these are going to go together so that you have your single prong on the ball hitch part is going to go into the double prong on the other piece, like that, okay? Then, let's look at step 53. In step 53, we need this dark gray piece. It's a 1x2. It has a ball socket on one end and a ball on the other end. Then you're going to put that on top of a rounded off 1x2 in white. And on top of that, you need another one of your white 1x2s with the spikes on top instead of studs. The larger spikes are going to go, larger spike goes towards the socket end. Okay, like that. And then bring over this piece and put the ball and the socket together. Okay, press those until they snap. And then we'll go to step 54. 54, in the call-out box we have one of these inverted 1x2 slopes. So it's a slope on the bottom and it has studs on the top. And then you also need to get, where is that? It's a rounded off single stud, and then it has a small bar handle sticking out the end. That is going to go on, clip onto here on the lower step, okay? So you see you have a handle here and then sloping up like that. And then on top of that, you have a light gray 1x2 with a ball socket. That's going to go on top of here, and the sloped end is going to go towards the socket, okay? And then on top of that is another spiked 1x2, and the larger spike goes towards the ball socket, right? Then bring that light gray ball socket over to the dark gray ball and snap those into place. And step 55 shows that we need, there's a call-out box with, we're making 3 of this, okay? So we want to grab another one of these inverted, actually 3 of these inverted curved slope pieces. So 3 of these guys, and then a single square stud that has this like tooth spike, like a claw or something hanging down off the edge of it. Kind of unusual. Get 3 of those, and those are just going to go onto that lower step so that it's like that tooth on one side and then the slope on the other side, okay? Like that. And make 3 of those. Alright, so when those are in place, then underneath here, we're going to stick one of those on each of these rounded off 1x2s, and they are going to be facing, let's see. Okay, so if you see on that last piece we did had that inverted slope on it, these slopes are all going to face the same direction as that slope, okay? So the slope, like that. Alright, so like that, and then, oops. Then, let's see, okay, off the end of this bar handle on the end there on step 56, you want to grab this little, it's like it has this peg hole with a clip hand, and you're going to take one of these long tusks, and you're going to put that in here, and that can clip on to that bar handle, and that's the tip of the tail, okay? You can point that whatever direction you want, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so then this tail can kind of bend, and you can articulate that, pose it however you want, and that is going to go in step 57. We're going to take this and clip it into this dark gray hinge piece with the 2 prongs. okay? Like that. So, there's our tail. Down at the end of it like that. Get a nice curve to the spine going down through there and terminating in that tusk piece, okay? Alright, that is a good place for us to stop. Join us next time for part 3 of Bag 3. Thanks for joining, guys. Please give us a like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.